I just came into work a little bit ago. Got the first job of the day. Pretty simple, brainless stuff. Got a 2013 Chevy Equinox, and it's here for a oil change and a general inspection. Basically a shakedown the suspension, look at the tires, the brakes, everything under the hood. Basically just a full inspection. Tell them whatever I see wrong. Maybe they'll buy it, maybe they won't. But yeah, that's just first job of the day. Pretty simple, something that'll wake me up. Here's that F-150 we put a motor in a while back. It's the owner's truck. It just got a trans put in it. And all of this was just painted by Tim. Fuck you!
Hey, cool, man.
Now, the fenders, the doors on both sides. Not because it was hit, because Ford's quality and paint sucks and it was peeling super bad. But old Tim made it look beautiful again.
Brand new. Better than new.
Better than new. I got all done with that oil change. Didn't find nothing wrong with it. It's pretty new. It said 2013 or something. It only had 17,000 miles on it, so wasn't gonna be much wrong. But now I'm working on an old ass Jeep. It's actually for a friend of mine, and came in with trans fluid leak, and I found it coming off of the radiator from one of the lines, and I noticed there was coolant leaking as well. For the trans leak, we just fixed just snugged up a trans line, so it fixed up his problem with the trans leak. But now he's got more problems. This line right here is what we repaired. Well, I just tightened up, wouldn't even have charged him for it. But you see the green coolant leaking out of there now. It's actually from the large nut actually on the radiator itself, and you know, that really doesn't tighten down much more, and it's leaking pretty good. So he's gonna need a new radiator, which sucks because somebody just put a radiator in this. If I remember right, he said one of his friends did it for him, and could have been something he did, could just be a faulty radiator, who knows. But now we gotta call him, give him the bad news, and maybe we put a radiator in this thing later on today. Alright, now I'm working on a 03 F-150 with the 4.6 single overhead cam engine in it, and the customer complaint was the 4.6. The customer's complaint was drivability issues, wasn't running right, lack of power, misfiring, things of that nature. So got it in the shop and looked at it, and I pretty much found the problem instantly. So it's a pretty common problem on these, so I'll show you guys what I found. You could see it missing and probably hear the vacuum leak. There's a huge vacuum leak in the motor right now. Let's see if I can get to this and show you guys the problem real quick. I stopped the vacuum leak with my finger and it runs smooth. I remove my finger, let it leak, it runs extremely rough. It's an elbow in the back of the motor, sort of, for the positive crankcase ventilation. So it's just sucking in air. So gonna go ahead and tell the customer about this, order the part, probably fix it. I think we're doing a tune-up on this as well. So another happy customer. My brother right now is actually doing a beast of a job. Something that many mechanics, probably the majority of mechanics, won't dare to do. That's a water pump on this Chrysler 2.7 liter engine. Here's the water pump. It's driven by the timing chain, and this engine is a zero clearance engine, which means that if the timing is off, the piston starts smacking valves and you destroy the engine. So you got to kind of be very precise when putting this thing back together. Make sure that the timing is set up exactly correct. Especially on these 2.7s, it's extremely important you put the timing exactly back where it is. I think they only give you about a half a tooth of clearance before you start smacking valves. So he's getting this back together right now. New water pump in it, and yeah, just an absolute beast of a job. A little bit nerve-wracking when you put it back together and go to turn the motor over. You know, you don't try to, when you put these together, you don't crank the engine over. You actually turn it by hand to make sure everything rotates correctly. So he'll be doing that shortly, and hopefully everything's timed up just perfectly, or we're gonna have to buy an engine for this car, which we don't want to do. We sold the job on the F-150, but the part isn't gonna be here till later today. So I'm working on this now, waiting on authorization. All right, so I did I'm doing the exhaust on my truck. It's not done yet, but I'll take a little drive with you guys so you can hear it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Done eating lunch, so I was going to pick up on a little drive where I let you hear the exhaust, and ate lunch, and by the time we were done we heard about this Impala that I was working on. Sold the hub bearing, sits right here, which this is it right here. This is a hub bearing. There's nothing like physically damaged. A lot of times when they go bad, they're really loose and they'll cause a lot of slop and steering and stuff. But just an electronic ABS sensor portion of that's wrong. Unfortunately, it's all integrated into one, so they got to replace the whole bearing if they wanted the light to go out. So he's doing it. Also, we're doing pads and rotors all the way around and giving it an oil change. So it's pretty basic, easy stuff, but a decent job. So yeah, I'm gonna continue working. I got everything taken apart in the front, but I still got to get to the rear now. Here's just a little tip for you guys trying to do your rear brakes out there. Well, you don't have to remove both of the slide pins out of the caliper if you have this style of brakes back here. Just take the top one out, set it aside, push the whole caliper back, remove the whole thing. You could lube the slide pin right there, stick it back on when you're ready. Just make things a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. Alright, so it's the end of the day. I'm ready to go home. We closed up shop. Got a little busy there, so I didn't film a whole lot, as much as I wanted to actually, but after the Impala, I forgot what I did. There was a couple things. There's a Mercedes in there, a couple little bullshit stuff. But yeah, you know, sometimes that happens in the auto business. You just get swamped and you got no time for nothing except just fixing cars. But yeah, I made it through another day, and I want to thank you guys, the ones that stuck around, who stay subscribed to me. I really appreciate that, and also all of the new subscribers. Every day I check my mail, and there's a ton of new subscribers still. So I want to thank you guys. I know I just took like a month break from vlogging, and that was really just to just kind of get in my routine, kind of get settled in permanently to what I'm doing here. So I don't know. I appreciate you guys sticking around, even though there hasn't been a whole lot of videos lately. So you know, I do plan on vlogging tomorrow, and a heck of a lot more than I have been. So, appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, honestly, very, very much. And, yeah, hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you did and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out tremendously. And it'll let you know every time I make a new video. And as always, run hard and get paid.